Hi everybody, welcome back to Tunes 91. Today I'm going to be covering one of my favorite fragrances of all time by Tom Ford called Tobacco Vanille, released in 2007. Tobacco Vanille has notes that consist of tobacco leaf, vanilla, cocoa, spicy notes, and woody notes. It's very minimalist and smells pretty much what you get at the top plays throughout the whole life of the fragrance, except for it becomes a little bit sweeter and a little bit more tame as the life of the fragrance goes on. For Tobacco Vanille, and any Tom Ford for that matter with the private blend line, we have a bunch of different sizes available. We have the 1.7 ounce, the 3.4 ounce, the 4.8 ounce, yeah, and then a bunch of sizes where nobody can afford it. So we have here the 1.7 ounce, and with Tobacco Vanille, unless you really wear this thing like every day, because it is so potent, you could get away with just owning the 50 ml bottle because one or two sprays goes a long way. Now, Tobacco Vanille to me is pretty much a quintessential gentlemanly scent in my opinion. To me, it is very timeless. It has a quality about it that reminds me of old perfume in a world where perfume used to be a master blend rather than watered down junk that is just put out on a conveyor belt for new releases every month from houses. This was crafted with care, and I do quite enjoy the original private blend line for that fact. This one, Japan Noir, Moss Breeches, Amber Absolute, Tuscan Leather, all those fragrances that came out originally with the Tom Ford private blend line were all crafted with care and love and created for the connoisseur, and I absolutely am a huge Tom Ford fanboy. Now, with Tobacco Vanille, I feel like it's a fragrance that's difficult for a lot of people. Unfortunately, I feel like it's something that people that are a little bit younger, unless they really love this kind of scent, like tobacco-based scent, bombastic, harsh, whatever you want to call it, it's not a crowd pleaser in my personal experience. When it does get to the dry down, I've noticed that a lot more people enjoy it when it's in that mid to base note range, and a little bit more quiet. But the first few hours of the fragrance is a little bit harsh for people around me in my personal experience. This is the perfect night out suit and tie type fragrance in my mind, and it really bears no purpose other than that. This is not a daily wear fragrance. It's not an office setting fragrance. It's not a school fragrance. It's not classroom based or anything like that. It's something that could become overpowering very easily and very quickly, and should be used with care, and definitely something that people need to keep in mind when they do apply this. Unless you're just doing like a little dab on the wrist or something, this is definitely meant for being out and about, dressed up, a classy occasion, something like that. On my skin, this one of my all-time favorites. This plays out as a very spicy, marshmallowy vanilla with the nuances of dried tobacco, and there's a little bit of dried fruit in there as well. Essentially what it ends up smelling like on my skin is kind of like a spicy s'more, if that makes sense. And I think that it's very, very sexy, very sweet. But again, this is something that people need to keep in mind. It is potent, it's harsh for a lot of people, and I can't really put an age limit on it because I feel like you either like this kind of scent or you don't. So age gap, I couldn't really say. You either like it or you don't, and it is completely unisex. Man, woman, it doesn't matter. But again, for the price point with these 1.7 ounces going anywhere between $190 and $215 a bottle retail, and the fact that it is built for the connoisseur, not necessarily for somebody that wants just like a mall scent to smell pleasing every day, keep that in mind, and definitely check out the Tom Ford line because it is absolutely stunning. I'm glad that I finally get to review one of my favorite fragrances of all time, and I do hope you all check it out and check out the whole Tom Ford line. Again, this is a masterpiece in my opinion. It is my favorite fragrance ever created. But sadly, I can't say that it is one of the most complimented or anything like that. It's just simply one that I enjoy for myself. That being said, in a couple seconds, I would like to have Catherine, my girlfriend, tell you what she thinks about the fragrance and see if it is going against exactly what it is that I think about the fragrance. Okay, so here's Catherine.
Hi.
Hi. Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, my favorite fragrance ever. What do we think?
I can smell it already, and I'm not the world's biggest fan. I don't understand your fascination with it. I don't like it. I guess I smell more tobacco, and I don't think I really like that. And it's almost, is it on you? But see, it doesn't smell like that on your hand.
No. My skin does really well with gourmands and stuff like that. That's why I love gourmands so much. Oh, you're so cute.
I like it better on the skin.
Yeah.
It's not as, I feel like they're almost two different smells.
Well, on paper, it's a lot more of the top notes, which is more spicy.
Yes.
And it's a lot more potent. It's a little bit more like a potpourri almost.
Like when I smell it on the paper, I can almost taste it, and
Right.
I feel like when I can taste the smells, this one, that's a no bueno.
So it's too potent.
Yeah. But I like it on your skin.
Yeah.
Do I compliment you on this one?
Well, this is another one where, again, I think it depends on your mood, because if I use like very little.
That sounds so bad.
But it's true. You know, we wear things based on. Well, I wear things based on mood. It's just like music. You don't listen to rap every day. You don't listen to pop every day. It's mood driven. But you have said that you like it when I've worn very, very little. Sometimes I'll like spray it in my hand and then just put it in my beard, and I would just I'll like wear something else that's more subtle on my shirt or whatever, and you've complimented it then. But I think you've always basically not really liked this one that much.
I definitely like it so much more on your skin. Like on your skin, it smells really good. But then, like, I smell it, I don't know. It's almost if I smell it too much, I don't like it. I'm confused. I still don't understand cologne. I don't get it. Because now...
Well, when you're breathing on it, which is there's heat on it.
Boy, hummus breath makes it smell a little better.
That was really good hummus.
See, okay, the more I smell it, the more I have a more negative comment that I don't think you want me to say out loud.
I don't care. Just say what you want.
Well, one of your internet friends will get mad at you, or mad at me. It reminds me of a bathroom, the more I smell it.
Well, that's interesting.
Like, but not like a gross bathroom, like a nice bathroom at a nice, like, bar.
Like potpourri?
I don't know.
Because I could definitely see how the opening is very potpourri-ish. I don't know. I feel like this is, like, again, like I said, gotta be easy with this one, because she has complimented it when I've used very, very little. Again, I'm not somebody that likes to go little. I go big or go home a lot of the time. I do like 3 or 4 sprays. This is something that you only need sometimes like a spray and you're good. So you have to be mindful of that. The other thing is, what's interesting is you said you don't like the tobacco, but like 1 Million Privé is a tobacco-based scent. It's
I
tobacco.
don't know what that means.
1 Million Privé is the one you chose as your number one. So like you do like tobacco.
I'm one big conspiracy.
It just depends on the take on tobacco. This is a spicier tobacco. That's a sweeter tobacco.
Okay, well, I tend to like sweeter ones better.
Right. But overall, I guess you don't hate it when it's on my skin.
I don't hate it. I like it better on the skin, and it needs to like kind of settle more.
Right.
Like if you put it on in the beginning of the day, I'm not gonna really like it. But at the end of the day, that's when I'm gonna like it.
Right. Which is, I could agree with that. I think, again, this is one of those ones where you're gonna put it on an hour or two before you're going out. Let it settle in, and let someone let the sillage, the scent trail, kind of draw them in, instead of it being like, whoa, I'm overpowered by all the sprays that you put on. Like 1 or 2 sprays, little scent trail, you're good. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I will talk to you all later. This is Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, my favorite fragrance ever, and as you can see, Not everybody loves it, and that's okay. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.